All right, next up, ZLINE makes a beeline to the winner's circle. At the inaugural 2025 Last Mile Retail Awards, ZLINE received the prestigious Best Customer Service Experience Award. Really impressive. They were up against some heavy hitters, some big box stores. So kudos to ZLINE. And all the big names were there. You had ZLINE Director of Regional Distribution, Josh Krasno. You had ZLINE Director of Logistics, Derek Wilcox. You had LMRA founder, RLS Bania. Incredible. It's like going to the Oscars. So maybe we should get a table next year. By the way, I'm not sure if those people were actually there, but they definitely did supply quotes for the press release. Anthony, what do you think about this win for ZLINE?
Here's what I'm impressed with ZLINE. And, ZLINE being kind of one of the younger appliance brands out there. They haven't been around for the more recognizable brands. Is that a few years back, they got hit with a pretty major recall. And that's a tough one to handle for any brand, that you have some sort of blemish on your record and to not be known for that. And that this is a great stage in that recovery. I mean, kind of what you explain to anyone that you say, it's not necessarily when you fall down, it's getting back up. It's what you do after you make a mistake that labels your brand. And what a huge step in the right direction for ZLINE. So that's kind of what marked me when I saw this headline. I was like, this is great. This is a great play for that brand. John, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's really a key part of this whole thing. When a big brand like a nationwide marketing group, giving you high marks across the board in responsiveness, in communication, in dealer support. When you think about dealers and what they're after, the three biggest things they need are responsiveness, communication, and support. And ZLINE's giving you that. And it's so much more important for ZLINE to be able to kind of publicly erase their history and their serviceability of their products and those types of things, rather than just saying, hey, we're better now. Now they're actually getting that kind of recognition, which is deserved. Historically, they've always been about style and price. And on the service side, because of the history and that type of things, that's where kind of most reps hesitated, because you do get that question a lot on the floor about, well, how do they service? And if you have, with any brand, if you have a little bit of a shaky history or things that kind of bubbled up to the top, it's really hard to defend at that point. And most reps aren't going to try that hard to overcome that. They're just going to move on. So this gives you a little bit more there, so while you never want to make ZLINE kind of more than what it is, right? Because just like Thor, it's not a true luxury brand, but honestly, that's okay. You're not claiming top tier performance with this whole thing. You're really offering a great value with strong style, but now you'll be able to give them that peace of mind story that they were looking for, so they've really done a good job of kind of patching their holes in their short legacy at this point. And this is a huge step. Normally, I'm not a big awards guy, as far as, because a lot of them are just kind of, probably made up in a lot of instances. But this one's really important, and it's really important that this brand won it, because they are a good brand and they're doing a lot of good things.